Toastmasters, I guess. The way she introduced me, I'm sorry, is I know I sound really unique. And I'm far from a geek. I was never that role in high school. By the looks of it, I was the jock guy. Before we start that though, I do want to take a selfie. So, oh man. Hold on. Time. All right, it's my selfie. Looking at this selfie, the guy on this picture and his smile, I never seen. I mean, it's probably been since I was probably 10 years old that I seen myself happy, whole, compassion, considerate of all, considerate of others. I've really been on my path, and I've really been focusing on everything about me. I've really been taking time out to really be selfish and figure out who I really am and what's my purpose here on this earth. Before that, there were some events that took place. And before I get there, just like anybody play any video games in here, you know, you get to the checkpoint, and then when you get to the checkpoint, you start from there, you can't go back. Well, anyway, I'm approaching my checkpoint. So at this time, since it is my turn to talk about myself, I get to go back. And usually I don't go back to decide who I really was and looking at my past faults and looking at the times that I regret things. But honestly, I know that they molded me to who I am today. I look at this selfie, and I used to look into the mirror and I would think of a guy who used to think that tough was the way to be. You know, never was a bully, but to be tough. This makes me think I was tough. That was the main reason for being big, playing football. My dad instilled this personality in me that you have to be the baddest. You have to be the baddest. I came from a low-income area where, I'm not even gonna lie to you, blacks were discriminated against. And you know, I developed a hate for police at one time. But I developed enough hate at one time to where I became a police officer. And I decided to see what it was about. What's so different about it? Why are everyone in my neighborhood, why do they look at these people as if they're against us and not for us? And everyone else is looking at them as hero. And I always wanted to be a hero. And in the hood, you can't be a hero. There's no such thing. The person that's going to be the hero where I'm from is going to be the person that's going to touch lives, to see people, to help people see people as who they really are, to see what their potential really is, other than what just the trends are. So my focus has always been that, but I've never known how to touch these people. Never known how to touch these lives. How can they listen to me? How do I become a voice that matters to these people and make them want to listen, to go against everything that we've been taught and everything that we've learned all our lives growing up? So I just changed the format. And as I changed the format, I married really, really fast. I got married at the age of 19, going into 20. I mean, I have 3 kids. And once I got married, I had a purpose. And my purpose was to serve my kids and my wife. And I did it for so long. My son is 10 now. And now my well is running dry. You know, I can be a good father all I want. But what's my purpose here? What is the real reason here? You can put me in any situation. You can put me in the woods, I'm going to be a good father. You know, if I got to be a hunter and a gatherer, I'm going to be a good father regardless. So I really had to really reflect on who I was. But the part that was missing was I lost my faith. Once I lost my faith in God. October 2013, on Halloween night, my daughter was struck by a vehicle, and at that time my life changed. At a time when everything was going so high, and financially we were so secure, and, you know, my wife was confident again. My kids had just started school. My baby had just been born and she was healthy, you know, at the age of 2. But then this tragic incident happened. So we've gone through this tragic incident. I had to be so strong throughout the whole entire ordeal. And the reason why I had to be strong was because my wife at this time was weak. At this time, this is the time when my wife, where there was no wife. My wife was just attending to my daughter who was in the hospital. I had to be the father. I had to be not just the father, but the mother to the other 2 kids, to be there for her. And I also had to be there to run and get food. And I was the taxi driver. And I was the coordinator. You know, I was the motivator. So I exhausted myself. I exhausted myself to the point to where I started taking stimulants such as caffeine pills, and this is what kept me up. I was getting 4 hours of sleep a day, and then to go to sleep, I was drinking alcohol in order to suppress the pain that I was feeling on the inside. And as I'm suppressing this pain on the inside, I'm not realizing that this healthy body that I've been working on for the past 5 years is now deteriorating, and I'm watching my wife also deteriorate. So yes, we need to go get help. At this time, we went and got some psychological help. They put my wife and I on antidepressants and Xanax, and I've always been against them, so I never took them. What was I going to do? I had no idea what I was going to do. She taking them, I saw she was always tired, and I had to be that energy for my other kids because they deserved that time, and I also had to be that strength for my daughter who was in the situation that she was into. During this whole ordeal, I had to focus on life. And what can I do? You know what, honestly, there was nothing I could do. Only thing I could do was surrender. I had to drop down to my knees and pray to God and just let him know, take over. God, take over now, please. Take over everything, all the pain that I'm feeling. Take over the exhaustion that I'm feeling. Bring me energy, give me something. Give me something, I don't know what it is, but I believe in you at one time, I want to feel that love again. And after the prayer, nothing happened. Nothing happened. But I always read that if you be still and if you just observe, things will transform right in front of you. And things began to transform and transcend right in front of you. Certain books that was brought up to me from the past that came back up in my mind that I forgot about. I went right to reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and my whole life changed. Life was once again told again. I had an understanding of exactly who I was and who I needed to become. I went into YouTube and I looked up motivational speaking. Why motivational speaking? I found Les Brown. Les Brown touched me so deep on the inside and made it to where that is exactly who I wanted to be like. The same feeling that he made me feel is exactly the same feeling I want to give to millions of people all over the world. So, in closing, the man in the selfie is real. If you see me smiling, you see me joyful, that is me. I have a love that spreads out to everybody, even to those that hate me, even to those that hate my kind, because there's something about everyone inside, something about every person inside of you that's just special and it's gifted, and we all have these gifts, and if we all work together, we can make this place so much better. Thank you.
Thank you.